All right, what I was just playing was actually Swung. A lot of times when people hear swing, they think jazz. They think, that kind of vibe, right? Which, true, that is Swung as well. What's the difference between the two? Well, the swing beat, that's triplet based. And yes, technically, anything that's swung is triplet based. But the difference is that funky groove, that was 16th note triplet based. 16th note triplet. So let's bring it way back to the basics just in case people aren't familiar with the terminology. You got 16th notes, which are 4 beats per quarter note, right? 1E and a 2E and a 3 and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3 and a 4E and a... Now, 16th note triplets are 6 beats per quarter note, and they're counted as one triplet and triplet. One triplet and triplet is a single 16th note triplet, right? So that goes in one beat. One triplet and triplet, two triplet and triplet, three triplet and triplet, four triplet and triplet. The way you can sort of start developing it at first, if you've never played these before, is you lay your quarter note down, and then you just start with a triplet, but with just your right hand. So like one triplet, two triplet, triplet, four triplet, right? And then you just double up. One triplet, one triplet. So that'll be fun. But for now, okay. So things that are straight are 8th note or 16th note based. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. 2 and 3 and 4 and 1E and a 2E and a 3 and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3 and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3. 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3 and a 4E and a 1. Swung is triplet based. Let me really slow it down so you can hear the triplet. 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, 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 1 triplet, da 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 da. 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, 1, 2, 3. The shuffle is also triplet based. The difference between a swing and a shuffle is basically just one note, where you got bang, bang, bing, bing in the swing. The shuffle is bang, ba bang, ba bang, ba bang, ba bang, ba bang. 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. 1 triplet, so the triplet pulse is there. Oh, it's hard to do. Stuff to do. So it's this, with the accent on the 2 and 4. That's called a Texas shuffle, where you're accenting the 2 and the 4 with both your right hand and the left hand, and then you're also ghosting both the right hand and the left hand. So you're playing the same dynamics and same pattern on both hands. Then you're playing 4 on the floor on your kick, and normally 4 on the floor on the hi-hat too, especially if you're on the ride cymbal, but it also works if you're on the hats too, especially if you're on actual hats. It sounds even better. You can kind of make it, yeah, it just works better. That's triplet based. Now 16th note triplet based. One triplet and triplet, one triplet and triplet. Right? That starts to work. The 16th note triplet thing starts to work in more of like a funky thing. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. One triple, then triple, one triple, then triple, one triple, then triple, one triple, then triple. It's hard to sing. Hard to say. Balladella is easier. When you're playing in a 16-note triplet based thing, it's cool to it's cool to like play the 16th note but then accent every other one. Just a cool trick. It starts to get that 2 against 3 sort of feel going, and it's really nice. The other way that you can sort of get around in a 16-note triplet bass thing is by just playing the triplet themselves. So that's the basis for the major feels that you can have in music. Now, this is very high level. Just trying to unlock some things, help you realize maybe how people are getting certain feels, certain vibes, because that 16th note triplet feel is a very specific thing. Now, let me make this clear too. It's not like you can just sit down and play. If the entire band is playing a song that's not in a 16th note triplet feel, if it's not swung, or yeah, if it's not swung, period, then that 16th note triplet feel is not going to work. Now, if they're playing a song that is swung, and there are songs that are swung that aren't like swing or shuffles, that are more funky, like that stuff does happen. They're more rare. It happens more in like R&B. It's going to happen a lot in gospel music. Honestly, there's going to be a lot of that kind of stuff in like traditional gospel, organ, drums, bass kind of music. So yeah, it's good stuff. That's how you start getting those feels, and that's how you start expanding your palette. So like this video and subscribe, because next week we're going to dive into a really great exercise, 2 different ways of going about it that will help you start to hear the relationship between the different note groupings, because being able to move between 8th notes, and then, if you go from 8th notes to 16th note triplets to 32nd notes to 16th notes, if you can move seamlessly between those different note subdivisions, a lot of improvisation can come out of that alone. And we talked about improv, how to improvise and apply the rudiments a couple weeks ago as well. So I'd highly recommend that video too. Super helpful. Will help you understand applying the rudiments and just thinking differently about rudiments, what they are, how to apply them, how to utilize them, and so they start to become musical and they're not just exercises. Because rudiments are more than just rudiments and stickings are more than just hand exercises. Like that's great for that, but okay, but can we actually use them? Of course, definitely. And there's a lot of ways you can use them. So check that video out as well. So thanks for subscribing. Check out Hope Bloom on Spotify as well. It's exciting. We just cracked 1,100 monthly listeners on Hope Bloom, which is really cool. Which is the highest we've been since the release of the last. And I say we, it's just me and the Holy Spirit. The highest we've been since the last release, where we topped out right about 5,800 monthly listeners. And when we dropped the last song, that was really, really exciting to have that many people coming in for that song. You know, I'm blessed. The dust is settled. It's been a number of months since that release. Still seeing some good activity on the Spotify, which is exciting, and it's been increasing a little bit lately too. And I'm about to drop a cover of Oceans. It's like a prog rock, alternative metal kind of cover of Oceans. Like it's really nice, and I have a vocalist featured on it. She's so talented. Oh my gosh, it's so good. You guys are gonna love this thing. It's so cool. It's so cool. Um, I'm so happy with it. It feels good. It feels good. I am so excited for the public to hear this because I really think it could do well, and hopefully it just brings people close to Jesus, because outside of him we can do nothing. So I believe him in his will, and I'm excited for what's coming next. So have a great week, and as always,